What's going on? How are we doing? We are live for Realistic here for round 8 in Austria. We are going to get into it, so I will see you again very shortly. So, welcome everybody to Formula 7 Realistic. We are live here in Austria for round 8. And just having a look. So, Casper has DNF'd. He has got a qualifying ban. We do have 17 drivers on the grid, I think. I've just realised why people were saying, why are we doing full qualifying when we've got a driver with a qualifying ban and only 16 on the grid? I've just realised. I don't know where some of the drivers have gone. There's supposed to be quite a few drivers on the grid, but I don't know where they've gone. Card Elf will be joining us shortly. We are on board with CJ in the Sauber. The good thing is about Austria, right? Let me go through Austria. So the good thing is about Austria is it's so close, so it's like millimeters between each lap, and even if you're in a Sauber or you're in a Ferrari, you're only going to be separated by at maximum a second and a half, especially around a circuit like Austria. Nimblecat is in, I don't actually know what cars are available. I'm pretty sure he can pick an Aston Martin or an Alpine. Because for some reason Aston keep giving up their drivers so that Mercedes can have two, which baffles me. If you're a team principal and you've got nobody to replace your drivers, surely you don't give them away for another team. So yeah, Cars is fastest at 104.4, CJ 6 tenths behind him. But yeah, it's such a good it's such a good track, Austria, because it's so competitive. But let's jump into the race anyway. So Sam the man in the Williams goes up to P2, CJ into the pit lane, you've got Jennifer Lee, Mitch is on an outlap. Where's Card Elf and Nimble Cat? They are both in. I think they're both just picking their cars. What's going on with Card Elf? And who else? But I think I'm just waiting on Nimble. Cheers, Casper. Wait, what do you mean, Mirko? I've not done a sound check yet, so the audio's knackered. Oh, I've not even set up the game app yet. 2 seconds, guys. Oh, that's annoying. Right. So the game audio is knackered. Right, I will sort that out in 2 seconds. Mitch didn't invalidate it. I don't need to load up the new. I don't know what to do. Don Dead, do I load up the new one or the old one? So I'm going to load up the new one. Yeah, hopefully, Kylan. Where's Card Elf and Nimble? Are they not able to pick cars? Just bear with me, guys. I do apologise. I'm just trying to sort this out. I don't know what's going on with JP either. He's not able to pick a car. And I've not even got the game up, so I can't even check the audio yet. Somebody said the audio's messed up. So, bear with me. Is the audio messed up? I don't know. Mitch has gone fastest. We're still waiting for Nimble and Card Elf to take their seats here. But is the audio messed up? I don't know. Invite first one, only let me spectate. No worries, Nimble. 2 seconds, mate. I will get you in. You can take the Aston or the Alpine, Nimble. Please let me know about the audio, guys. Somebody said the game audio is a bit knackered, but it's coming straight directly from the F1 game, so I'm not sure. We've got Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull on a lap. Let's see what he can do. So in towards turn 4 at Slosh Gold. I'm hoping the audio's coming straight from the game, so there should be no problems with the audio. That is strange. Let's just do another quick sound check, guys. It seems on point. It sounds okay. I don't know. All right. There we go. Somebody is in. Was that Nimble or was it Card Elf? Card Elf is in, and then Nimble will be next. So the two Mercedes ready to set a lap. As you can see today, me and Don Dedge have been talking. We've been looking at Racing League tools, and we've managed to update the Racing League tools today. Do you want to enable live timings? Yes. Right, what is going on? Sorry guys, because it's the new app. 2 seconds, I don't want to lose all the data. Bear with me. Right, it is catching it. It's just annoying. Every single race with Reese and Ben in, it comes up with different people's names. I don't know why. I still can't figure out why yet. So Mirko will be next. His teammate of Hackmore. Oh, and Mirko's made a mistake coming out the final corner. He's still going to carry on though, just to get a lap time. Should have probably been invalid, but he is P5. And then you've got Jennifer Lee in the Red Bull. He is improving on his lap time. Down towards the checkered flag we go. And Jennifer Lee goes P12. Then we've got Leo Lund in the Racing Bull, who's fighting for the championship. He is on the exact same points as Reese at the moment, the Racing Bull driver. I probably should have tried to get Nimble in before we started the race, but I didn't know who was reserving. For some reason, the team principals haven't organised any reserves. You've got Salute, who's basically took the best driver from Aston Martin and left Aston Martin without any drivers. I'm like, what the hell? I thought the whole point of taking up is if they had somebody to cover. You can't leave a team without a driver. Anyway. So Leo Lund is going to go around again after invalidating it. Reese in the Ferrari is on a lap. Purple sector 2 for him. Oh, he slid it into the gravel. Goes the Scuderia. There goes the Racing Bull of Leo Lund. He's about to go for another lap. Trubo. Yeah, I don't know what that is, mate. But yeah, RIP. But yes, we'll have a look to see if we can try and get Nimble. And it's very frustrating because had I have known that we didn't have the reserves, I would have got Nimble in sooner. But the team principals not let anything know. What's going on, Mr. Ace? So Leo Lund is now on a lap as he comes around turn 3 down towards turn 4 with that DRS enabled. And I'm sure he will be competing right at the front today. Be Right does retire. That is a no fear in Q1. Nimblecat is in, brilliant in the Alpine. He had the choice for the Aston or the Alpine. A bit late, but yeah, Mr. Reese, jump in, man. There is an Aston Martin and an Alpine. You will have to add Formula 7 racing on EA though, because I don't think I've got you. No, I haven't. So Leo Lund goes up to P3. All the other drivers in the pit lane. Casper is out. He's got a qualifying ban. Then you've got Super Trubo at the back, Card Elf and Nimblecat all still in the pit lane at the moment. 18 drivers on the grid, and soon enough we are going to have one of the best team principals that ever graced us here in Realistic on the grid. Austria is such a good track as well. It'll be really good, really competitive. So Reese on an outlap in that Ferrari. He's on 111 points in this championship. So he is only on an out lap. Everybody else in the pit lane, barring Super Turbo and now Nimble and now Card Elf. They are all on their way out. So coming around turn 10 down towards the line, and we will start his flying lap. It's a little bit laggy tonight, and I don't know why. Anyway. Oh, he's invalidated it again. Wow, Mr. Reach needs to be careful here. Like, really careful. This could be one of the shockers of the realistic season. Has he got enough fuel? That is the question. Leo Lund retires. Nimble Cat will start his flying lap in the Alpine. He's not managed to get much practice in, so it is a one-lap shootout for the veteran. And then you've got Card Elf in the Racing Bull just in front of him. Then you've got the Haas of Super Turbo who's going to be first. He's coming around turn 9. And then at 10, the double right-hander for the Haas. Out of turn 10, down towards the line. It's a short run-up, DRS enabled. And it's P12, and at the moment he is safe in front of Zetu and Jennifer Lee. Reese is going to have to go again. Here we go. This is it. His last chance. He won't get another opportunity. Every time I go to invite a friend, it lags out. 1 minute. And yeah, you're not even showing a line, Jennifer. I need to try and get Mr. Reese in as well before the qualifying ends. Otherwise, sometimes it don't let you in. Add me on EA, Mr. Reese, Formula 7 Racing. Not on PlayStation. I'm not on PlayStation. Yeah. But yeah, I think you might need to try and get in before the end of Q1. Otherwise, it sort of DNFs you in the race sometimes. So he's keeping it valid this time, Reese. I think he's probably taking a few precautions, taking it a little bit steady. Doesn't want to push it too much. It is only Q1. He's probably not at the risk of going out. And yeah, you can probably see that in the way he's driving it. Oh, Mr. Reese. You know what? I was trying to get onto my PlayStation to send invites before. I've had to ditch it because I was there for like 15 minutes trying to get online. Reese to the line, and the Ferrari goes P6, and it was very conservative from the Ferrari. Zetu is on the lap. Card Elf, Nimble Cat in at the Alpine. He's going to go again. He's got 20 seconds to get to the line. I don't think he's going to make it. So it will be Card Elf in the Racing Bull that just scrapes through. Yeah, Jennifer Lee is into the pit lane. So Jennifer's out, and I think Nimble might be out as well. He is. He jumped in very late though. So Nimble Cat is out. The checkered flag has waved. Card Elf is through. So he was going to go for another lap, but he's made it through. And so is Zetu in the Aston Martin. Yeah, it's very annoying. Yeah, he weren't online, mate. But I need to also watch the end of qualifying. There we go. So, that is all the drivers through the line. There we go. So, Q1 done and dusted. There are quick laps here in Austria. Remember, out of the, what was it, 8 or 9 races we've had here in Austria, we've only seen 4 safety cars. So they don't come very often. So I think the drivers will have to take that into consideration. So it is Hackmore that is fastest in Q1. I just need to write this down. So Q1, it is Hackmore, then the McLaren of Merckx. No, it's not. It's B right. I don't know why it comes up with Merckx. Then you've got Leo Lund, Mitch, Jeffy, and then the Ferrari of Reese. Then you've got Mirko, Cars, Sam the Man, CJ, Kylan, Jays. Then you've got Zetu. 1 minute. Then you've got Super Trudeau, Card Elf, Nimble, Jennifer, and Casper. And then obviously Mr. Reese will be racing also. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . qualifying too. So, into Q2 we go. There we go. Reese HT. And then we can get Reese in. Hopefully we can get him into the race as well. Won't be the first time. Being realistic. Right, so into Q2 we go. 15 minutes of qualifying. So what are your predictions for the race? So we are into Q2. This is where it sort of gets interesting, because in Q1 it was we only started with 17 drivers and then one joined right near the end, and one had a qualifying ban. Now we've got 5 drivers and it's so competitive, especially with that Racing Bull now into the situation. You've got a case now where a Racing Bull is taking a position of maybe a driver that you wouldn't usually see drop out of the top 10. You've got Kylan in the Williams. It's going to be tough. You've got the Saubers. You've got the 2 Haas drivers. So the Ferraris, the Mercedes, the McLarens are probably going to be safe. We're not going to see any shockers here. But it's who makes the next parts. That's what we need to watch and wait and see. So let's jump into Q2 and have a look. So Zetsu. Yellow flag waving. Zetsu has invalidated it. Reese is on a lap. Here comes Leo Lund coming through sector 3, the Racing Bull driver. And look at that. This is where it just shows how quick he is coming through that final sector down to the line. It's a 1:40. Fastest lap from Leo Lund, but for how long? You've got few drivers, one of them being a Haas that's going to come through. That is Super Trumo, goes P2, 1:05.0. You've got the 2 Saubers, one of them being cars on an out lap. Then you've got CJ who's on a flying lap. In towards turn 10. Mr. Reese is in. Hopefully he can pick a car when the race starts on the formation lap. CJ 1:04.9 in the Sauber. Mirko in the Mercedes. Then you've got a Ferrari. Is that Reese? It is Reese. To the line, and it's P2, a 1:04.5 for him. Mirko, the Italian, here in Austria, around turn 10. Red Bull Mobile, down towards the line we go. Mirko goes P2, 1:04.589, 3 thousandths quicker than Reese, and B Right at 1:04.016. The Papaya performing here at the Spielberg circuit. Bolska in the Williams, going to get a huge tow from his teammate. These 2 Williams drivers are not playing around here in Austria, and a huge tow. Beautiful teamwork, and Kylan getting the gift from Sam the Man, the American driver. We know that Sam the Man's a driver fan favourite, isn't he? He's a fan favourite, and that's exactly why you can always rely on him to do his best and do his bit. And he's seen his teammate behind him. He gave him a huge slipstream. Will that get him into Q3? We shall find out. We ride on board with Kylan. Is he improving on his times in towards turn 10? It's not bad. It's not on the limit, but it might be enough to get him through. It's a 1:04.9 and it's P7, and he is quicker than both Haas drivers. That is interesting. Now Sam the Man will want the favour returned by his teammate, and he is going to return it all the way down the straight. He's not... Oh, he did he, or didn't he? I think he did try, and that's the main thing. As long as you're trying to do it. I mean, I've messed up a few times where I've tried to give slipstream, I've gone too late, too early, they've hit the back of me, I've not moved out of the way quick enough. I've tried to move over the apex, gone clean over the apex to the other side and come back out in front of him. So yeah, you do make mistakes, but that looked alright. Can Sam the Man put it all together? So through turn 7, Austria, such an amazing circuit. So we've got big plans for Formula 7 Realistic in the next coming months. So hopefully you guys will see that. A 105.2 for Sam the Man, a slight mistake there at the end, I think. Hackmore in the Mercedes, the Belgian. Very close to home for him, this. Right, just while this is going on, we'll ride on board. I'm just going to go and grab a drink for the race. Edward, yes, I think there is a seat at the back, yeah. I know Mr. Reese took one, and I think there's one more. I think there was 2 left. So, but there's no guarantee that after qualifying, it will let you in a seat. So if it doesn't, I do apologise. So Mitch will start another flying lap. He's currently in P5 in that Ferrari. So, what can the Scuderia do? Remember guys, as I always say, I cannot hear the audio, so if it does sound bad, please let me know. So Card Elf is out. He's the first driver eliminated in Q2. Mitch is on a lap in the Ferrari. Oh, he took a really wide line there, Reese. B-Right has left the session. That's unlike B-Right. I don't actually have him as a friend, I don't think. Which is strange considering he's been here one of the longest out of anybody in the whole server. Yeah, no, I haven't got him. I think I might have added him, but I don't know where he is. So every driver in the pit lane barring Reese. Oh, Edward, yeah, I forgot about Edward. He should be there somewhere. I usually invite Edward off my own personal account, so I don't know if he's going to be there. So, on board with the Ferrari. If somebody else can invite him, yeah, then Kylan, if you invite him. So Reese is just getting rid of some of that fuel. He's used a bit of his battery though. Was he on a lap and then backed out? What's that? Also, have you considered changing the audio properties on OBS to monitor and output me? You can hear game as well as chat. What do you mean so that I can hear the game? So I can hear myself talking? I hate that though. When I can hear myself. I can hear the game audio. Yeah. It puts me off a little bit when I can hear myself. Yeah, so I can hear the game audio already. But the game audio isn't always what you hear on stream, is it? Is it? I don't know. I don't know, my setup's dead dodgy, so... Not dodgy, but I'm not clued up on all this, so... I've got a mic plugged into the PC, I've got headphones plugged into the monitor, so I'm just getting the audio straight from the monitor. And then everything else is in. Whatever it's in. So, Mirko starting his flying lap. Let's see what the Italian can do in that Mercedes. So, in towards turn 4 at Schlossgold. I think it's that one, Schlossgold. And then you go into Rint at turn 7. And then, if I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and then you've got turn 10 is Red Bull Mobile. You've got turn 1 is... turn 1 is like a petrol or something, isn't it? I can't remember. Or is it Niki Lauda? And then turn 3 is Remus, I think it is, Remus or something like that. Anyway, I'll get the track map up in a minute. Out of turn 10, down towards the checkered flag. And it is P3 for Mirko. Super Trooper in the Haas. The San Marino driver. Can I get control back of my car, Nathan? I think so, mate. If not, then we'll have to have a look at something at that point. So, Super Turbo going up to P11. Oh, that's a Sauber and Aston Martin off the track there. That is Z1 and outlap. Cars on a flyer. Then you've got a Haas coming through. Then a Mercedes. What is going on? Oh, Super Turbo looks very annoyed there. I don't know why. And that is CJ. And maybe a few harsh words between the two drivers. I'm not sure why. And, Lauda final corner. No, I didn't say final corner. I thought Niki Lauda was the first corner. Red Bull Mobile was the last corner. I know Schlossgold is obviously turn 4. Remus is turn 3. I think Rint is turn 6 or 7. One of them, I can't remember. Oh, Lauda could be the final corner. I don't know. I'll get it up. I've got the map, an actual display of the map to come up just before the race starts. So Mitch in the Ferrari. He's going to try to improve. That is Super Turbo out. So Card Elf is out. Super Turbo's out. Cars is on the brink of elimination as well. So Bolska in the Williams. So the checkered flag has waved here in Q2, and the two Williams drivers trying to get into Q3. It would be something if they could do it. Out of turn 10, here comes Sam the man. Is he the man? He absolutely is. P7, Jays is now on the brink. Bolsker is out. Zeta in the Aston Martin. Is he going to improve? Jays is now the driver at risk. He's not improving, but is Zetu in the Aston Martin, the man from Finland, down to the line. The Aston Martin does not go through. Jays is safe. Sam the man in the Williams is through. So through goes CJ as well in the Sauber. That is it for Q2. Let me just put these down. So on the top in the Ferrari is Reese. Then you've got Mitch in P2, then Hatmore, Merkel, then you've got B Wright. Then you've got Jeffrey Boy, Lil Lund, Sam the Man, CJ, Jays, Cars, Kylan, Super Trubo. Then you've got the Aston Martin of Zetu. And then you've got Card Elf, the reserve for the Racing Bull, starting in P15. So the bottom 5 that go out here in Austria, Card Elf in the Visa Cash App, a Racing Bull. Then you've got Zetu in the Aston Martin. He goes out in P14. Super Turbo in the Haas in P13. Then you've got Bolska in the Williams in P12. The Kick Sauber of Cars going out in P11. Being out qualified by his teammate. I can't see that being many times this season. So, into Q3. Leo Lund is not messing around. See what happens to the kicks. Let me have a look. Oh my god, is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, let me get this up for you viewers. Let me get this up for you viewers. You just wait there. You just wait there, kids. You just wait there. No, I was thinking why Cars had out-qualified, why CJ had out-qualified Cars. It's because CJ bloody wiped him out, that's why. That's how he was out-qualifying him. Right. Let's have a look at this.
What the fuck? Oh my god, oh my god! They literally... Yeah.
Wait.
What the fuck? Oh What the fuck? Oh my god, oh my god!
Oh my god.
They literally... Yeah.
Right, back to the race. Let's go. So, Leo Lund is on a lap. He's just coming around turn 7 and then in towards turn 8. Keeps it valid. This is where the Racing Bull, he knows that he is fighting for a championship. In towards turn 10. Oh, he took a huge chunk of the apex. He's invalidated and he will be kicking himself. Hey, CJ, that was one way of getting into Q3. Wipe out your teammate. I love it. Like Nico Rosberg. CJ Rosberg. Leo Lund invalidates it. So, who next? That is Sam the Man, who's also invalidated in the frustration in the wheel. You can feel it. So, he is fuming. The Mercedes of Hackmore. And then you've got Mirko on his tail just behind him. So... So, B-Right goes fastest in the McLaren, a 1:03.5. CJ, please tell me that's satire or whatever the word is. Surely you are messing around, aren't you? Saying he turned in on me. You are, aren't you? Surely. B-Right in the McLaren. It is on a provisional pole position. Let's take a look. So, there it is. On the soft compound tyres, a 1:03.5 for the pole sitter of B-Right, the fastest lap of the race. That is what we like to see. Mirko, Mitch, Hackmore, Reese. So it's McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari. The other McLaren does have a qualifying ban. Not a qualifying ban, an engine penalty. A lot of these drivers are going to be taking theirs in Silverstone. Unfortunately, because of Casper's 64-lap tyre wear in Barcelona, he got his in Austria. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But that is the difference when you get 64 laps in a race. So it's all about them DNFs. So Reese coming through turn 9 and then 10. Can the Ferrari battle it for pole position? And Hackmore a 1:03.6, and that is Reese a 1:03.3. He takes provisional pole here at the Spielberg circuit. What a lap from the Ferrari. It is heating up now. I got to the apex first, that's funny. Leo Lund is back on an outlap after invalidating it. You know, when you are on the limit like Leo Lund, honestly, it is so difficult because you are pushing to the absolute extremes, and that's why he is so good. That's why he's so quick. And when you're pushing to the limit, if you make 1 millimetre of a mistake, it is game over, it is invalidation, whatever it might be. So that's why it's when you are quicker, you take extra dangers into each lap, and they can you can easily ruin it all in just a brief split second. Leo Lund, we will ride on board actually and see how he takes us through a lap. Leo Lund, the championship contender in P2 in the Drivers' Championship, will get us underway. No, he's not. I think he's going for a second outlap, is he? No, in towards Niki Lauda at turn 1. He's invalidated it. So he is going to go for another outlap. Sam the Man and CJ. CJ is in Q3 in that Sauber after doing a Daniel Kivat. And we should start calling him the Torpedo. CJ going a little bit wide there, but it is only an outlap. So we'll see. So the Sauber of CJ into the pit lane. Leo Lund going purple sector 2. This is it for the Racing Bull. You can see the rears trying to step out, but he's holding on to it so well, the Swedish driver. Around turn 9, in towards 10. He's in the pit lane, Leo Lund. So he's not going to go for it this time. He will go into the pit lane, and every single driver is now returning to that garage. So he's cut the line. Jennifer wants an invite again, 1 second. But I will have to concentrate on the race in a second. I've sent quite a few there. So Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull is on an outlap. Aren't we allowed to cut it? Yeah, you can cut the line, just not the grass. So we made this, we made that a rule last season because everybody was complaining that you were having to go too slow around turn 9 and it was causing collisions. Oh, why is that not coming up? So they were saying that it was causing too many collisions, going slowly through turn 9 because you were having to come off the throttle so much. So we made a rule that, okay, you can go round there. You can cut the white line, so as you're coming round, you can stay wet on your line and then you dive in, but you do not cut the grass or the blue thing. Basically any of the, so Jeffy Boy is the first of the final runners to set a lap here in Austria. He does have a little bit of traffic in front of him, and I tell you what, he's going to be a cheeky boy because he's going to use that McLaren for a little bit of slipstream. He peels out the way and goes, yeah, not this time. Down in towards turn 3 at Ramus. Just locking up there is the Red Bull driver. And we now head towards turn 4 at Slosh Gold. Can the Red Bull carry on improving? Jeffy Boy, the British driver, in the Austrian car here at their home Grand Prix. It would be nice to see a Red Bull get a win. I don't think we've ever seen a Red Bull get a win here in Austria in Formula 7. Not in realistic anyway. Or have we seen it in realistic? I know Red Bull were dominant at one point, weren't they? I think B. Wright's been at like Mercedes, Red Bull and McLaren during all their dominant periods. So we might have to check that out because I'm sure he's probably won in a Red Bull before. Jeffy goes P4, so that is it for him. Then we've got the Williams of Stan the Man on and outlet. We've got Jays and CJ. We've got a lot of drivers going slowly here. Here comes the Ferrari, and he's got a lot of traffic in front of him. And then a driver tried to go. I think that was that was Mitch. Yes, I don't know if he was compromised. He's currently in P6, but he's got drivers behind him yet to set a lap time. Here he comes to the checkered flag. He goes P5, a 1:03.7, so he did improve. CJ, who butchered his teammate in Q2, is now on his final run. The checkered flag has waved here in Q3. The drivers can do no more. They come down towards the line. CJ at 1:04.5 goes P7 for now. Here comes Jays, the man from America, down to the line, and it is P7 for him. Then the Mercedes of Hackmore, the defending world champion, not on the grid today. Sorry, that was Mirko. He goes P3. And I think Sam the Man in the Williams, the other American driver, one of two here in Q3, is next to the checkered flag, and he will go P7. What a lap from him. Leo Lund in the Racing Bull. Has he finally put it all together? He's going to take a huge chunk of the apex. He does keep it valid. He's finally done it, and it's a 1:03.3. It's P2 from Leo Lund by 6. 1,000ths of a second. Hackmore stays P5. The Ferrari of Reese will improve. It's a 103.288. Then comes B Wright in the McLaren at 103.288. They have dropped another incredible qualifying session. They have both set a 103.288, and Reese is only on pole because he set the lap time first. This is remarkable. Reese Dye on pole position here in Austria. So B Wright will follow him with the exact same time. So let me just write that down. Reese on pole position. B Wright in the McLaren will join him with the exact same time, a 103.288. Leo Lund, Merkel, Hatmore, Jeffy Boy, Mitch, Sanderman, Jason, CJ will complete your top 10 for this Grand Prix. Wow! That is what I'm talking about. Great stuff, that's what it is, Nimble. Let me know if you can get in your car, Nimble. Same with Edward, same with somebody else who joined, Mr. Reese. But let me know if you can get in your cars during the thingy. If you can't get in your cars, it might be at the start of the race. You might be able to take control. I'm not sure. I'm really hoping you can get in your cars. But I'm not sure with you not being in qualifying. The one thing is though, if Jennifer Lee can't get in his car, it might be a restart anyway, so I'm not sure. Edwards in the Alpine. Right, brilliant. The drivers have got into their cars. That is great news. I'm just waiting on Mr. Reese now. On it. It's not letting me share to TikTok. That's strange. There we go. It's working now. Brilliant. Everybody's in their seats. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Right. Time for the run through. So, today we are here at the Spielberg circuit for the Austrian Grand Prix. There are 10 turns and a 2.683 mile circuit, 3 DRS detection zones, 1 speed trap and 10 beautiful corners with an incredible elevation. We should see some incredible racing here this evening for Formula 7 Realistic. What a race. What a race we are going to have. Thank you, Bjorn. It is copied, yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. So, I hope you are all looking forward to the race. I am looking forward to the race. Austria is such an amazing track to commentate on, especially when you've got 20 drivers on track. We've only seen, yeah, copyright. We've only seen 4 safety cars in the last 9 races here in Austria, so I don't expect to see much in terms of safety cars, but I expect to see some good racing, and it's really hard to shake off that DRS zone. So, F1 come here, but yeah, I know. So yeah, we should have a good race. I hope you guys enjoy it. There's 24 people here watching it as well. I'm sure there will be more that join throughout the race. But good luck to the drivers, and thank you all for tuning in and being with me this evening. So let's go and have a good one. Not that again, I do apologise. So, Reese will line up on the grid first. Here we go. For round 8 here at the Spielberg circuit for the Austrian Grand Prix. It is a Scuderia on pole. It is the championship leader in P2. And it is... lights out, and away we go. The Ferrari did get a good start, and the McLaren will just peel off in P2. Here comes Leo Lund in the Racing Bull. The Mercedes stays in position. Then you've got the Red Bull. Look at that Williams of Sam the Man, just trying to avoid any collisions. You've got Jays that is through on CJ. Super Trudeau through on Cardell. Then you've got the two Alpines of Nimblecat going through on Edward. Edward coming back at his teammate down in towards Ramus at turn 3. He goes later on the brakes off the track. Up the inside goes Nimblecat. There's the Aston Martin. There's a few overtakes going on in front as well. That is Hackmore on Jeffy Boy. Here comes the Mercedes side by side as they go down in towards Sloshgold at turn 4. Up the inside goes the Red Bull, gets the better exit, and Jeffy is back in front of the Belgium. And the Mercedes will have to just settle back in. Sam the Man is flying off this start grid. Jays is into P10. The two Americans, P9 and P10. You've got Casper, who had that engine penalty. He's already up to P14, so watch out for him. Mitch in the Ferrari in P7, but you've still got Reese Dye leading at the end of lap 1. So be right half a second behind him. Then Leo Lund, 8 attempts. He's got Merkel on his tail. Jeffy Boy, Mitch in the Ferrari on the back of Hackmore. He's looking for a way through. Jays is already a second behind. He doesn't want to lose that DRS. What an amazing start to this Grand Prix. Jennifer Lee a second behind. Hopefully he is in his car. And that is B Right that takes the lead of the Grand Prix up the inside of turn 3. The McLaren is now your race leader of B Right. Can Reese come back at him? Into the slipstream goes the Scuderia on the Papaya. Down in towards Sloshgold at turn 4, and it is the Ferrari driver that retakes the lead here in Austria. Leo Lund in the Racing Bull is not far behind. Then comes Merkel in the McLaren, Jeffy, Hackmore and Mitch. So that is Casper, that is now up to P13. He got the move on Bolska, so he's up to P13. Sam the Man chasing down Cars, who's already back in front of his teammate. Does Jay have damage potentially? Let's have a look. He does, you're right, Bjorn. Good spot with that. Zetu is through on Cardell. That is Super Turbo, that is Casper, and Super Turbo going wheel to wheel, go the McLaren and the Haas. And this is not a battle that Casper wants to get involved in. And that's the Haas driver of Super Tube absolutely emptying his tank. Casper will go later on the brakes and says, thank you very much. I will happily take that. Here comes CJ on Jays. Remember, Jays limping along with that front wing damage. Jays is now in P11. What about Casper up the inside? He's going for 2 moves in 2 corners. Now here comes Jay's teammate of Super Turbo. He will not want to pit yet and sacrifice so much of this race because the pit stop, especially when you've only got minor damage, you won't want to compromise a pit stop yet. So a really good start to this Grand Prix. Nimble just settling into P19 in that Alpine. Every single driver through nice and safely. Not a single yellow flag as we just get that little snake effect. You've got the 2 groups now. You've got everybody down to Sam the Man and then CJ down to Jennifer Lee. So we are starting to just find them little pockets. There goes Bolsker on Jays. Remember, Jays with that front wing damage. Is he going to go into the pit lane? He has. Oh, and that was Edward that was on the back of him. And he's up to P15. No, P14. Jays does go into the pit lane. He has no choice. Here comes B Right. Is he going to go for the move into turn 3? He does. The McLaren will have the inside line on the Ferrari. Leo Lund, a front seat passenger, watching all of this unfold. And what an exit from Reese. That is magnificent with the DRS. You can see it from the aerial shots. 2 amazing drivers. He went into the back of Mitch. That was what happened. There goes Nimblecat on Cardelf up the inside of the Racing Bull, and so does Jennifer as well. So Nimblecat and Jennifer picking up a position. Here comes Jennifer, absolutely flying. Did Nimble get a bad exit? Up the inside goes the Racing Bull, sends him skiing on the ice. Nimblecat picking up the pieces, and Cardelf not how he would have hoped this to go. The Racing Bulls are in a good battle for the Constructors and the Championship. They don't want to be throwing away points like this. That is Edward through on Super Turbo up to P13 for the Alpine. It's a great start for Edward. So back on board with the leaders. It is Reese to B Right, to Leo Lund, to Mirko. Sam the Man in P9, only 2 attempts behind that Sauber driver. Yeah, and he's going to make it look easy. The Williams up to P8 now, and the chase is on to Mitch in front, but it's going to be really hard to chase down these front runners. And that is Edward through on Bolska. He's now up to P12. And I think Super Trubo is also looking for a way through. Mr. Reese into P15. That is Hackmore and Jeffy Boy going for round 2. Hackmore does stay in front. Jeffy Boy getting a little bit impatient behind, wanting that move to be completed. Around turn 6, down in towards turn 7. Be right in the McLaren. Look how close he is. 2 tenths is the gap as we go into Red Bull Mobile at turn 10. So down the DRS train, down the pit lane, and he's not going to go for the move there. Edward picking up a track limit. This is where the lead will change hands. We are on lap 6 of 36. And he's going to move to the right hand side. He will, as he's been doing, but can Reese get that switch back once again? He'll brake earlier, and that's exactly what he does. Can he get the exit like he did on the last lap? He didn't, but he will get the DRS down in towards Schlossgold. There's a lot going on behind, but the lead goes back to Reese. Then you've got cars, Sam the Man, the Sauber, the Williams, and Casper in the McLaren who's trying to make moves. Sam the Man is back up to P8. Reese is back into the lead through on B right. Then you've got Casper in the other McLaren nearly into the back of cars in that Sauber. Now he's up the inside as they go down in towards turn 6. They do go wheel to wheel. They're just locking horns as they go through there. But it is the papaya that progresses. Oh, Mitch is off the track. Oh, and he's picked up a track limit, and that brings Sam the Man well into play here. This is turning into a very tactical Grand Prix for these drivers. Interesting stuff. Here we go. Casper on Sam the Man. He is now up to P8. This is a phenomenal start. That is Mirko on Leo Lund. Leo Lund trying to hold on to position. They've both got DRS. A little wiggle there from both of them. Is that an apology or is that frustration? Who knows? So Leo Lund now nearly losing DRS to Be Right and Reese in front. This is not what he needs. He has to get a move on, and he is doing. He's trying to burn that battery to get back within that 1 second. Once you lose that DRS train, you are a bit of a sitting duck, and he is getting it back. He turns it up a notch, and that is what Leo Lund can do. He just switches it from 5th gear to 6th, and he's back in the game. And that is why he is so, so good. Be Right on the back of Reese as they come round turn 9 and 10. Leo Lund back in that DRS train, and he is back with the 2 front runners after that slight blip. Then the Ferrari leading to the McLaren in P2, to the Racing Bull, to the 2 Mercedes drivers. CJ's into the pit lane. He's going for an early stop. Let's have a look at the tyres. 26 and 47 for the rears. The rears do really fall off here in Austria. You've got to be mindful about that. So we will keep an eye on that throughout the race. That is Nimblecat. That is now up to P16. Jennifer Lee and CJ into the pit lane. Remember, F7R, your new home of racing. And that is everything racing. That isn't Formula 1. That is everything. Assetto Corsa, Le Mans, F1, you name it, we will do it. But we won't just do it for the sake of doing it. We won't just do it for the numbers. We do it because we can and we are very good at it. And we've built the community for it. So, Reese in the Ferrari leading to the McLaren in P2. 7 tenths is the gap to Leo Lund. It is such a good encounter here. And that is Casper into the pit lane. So he's going for the early stop. He is going for the undercut here. Hey, I wonder if you could change the sponsors on the cars. Imagine. I bet you can, you know. Well, there'd be no reason why you couldn't. So Mr. Reese, Cars and Casper all into the pit lane. And here comes Be Right. Is he going to take the lead before they commit to their pit stop? The good thing about the front runners is they can stay out for as long as they need to. Mr. Reese coming out of the pit lane. He will be behind Jays. Be right, only 3 attempts. Are any of these going to go for the undercut? Yeah, I did see something like that, Banana, that he can make a full whole car. Oh, and he peels off into the pit lane. So, Be Right is on for the undercut. Leo Lund stays out. So does Reese. So does Mirko. Sorry, Mirko's into the pit lane. So is Jeffy and Mitch. Hackmore, Leo Lund and Reese all stay out. So the undercut is well and truly on here for the McLaren. Right, they are on their way out of the pit lane. The question is, where is Casper going to come out? And they are still coming out of the pit lane. He is going to have them fresh tyres, but they are going to be up to speed, and he is going to still come out behind Mitch, but only by 1.5 seconds. There goes Mirko on Zetu. Jeffy Boy behind B Right. He's into nice clean air, barring Edward in the distance. Then you've got Reese, Leo Lund. They will go into the pit lane. Right, let's have a look. Right, they stay out again. B-Right is throwing Edward. He makes light work of that one. And Reese, Leo Lund and Hackmore have stayed out again. And look at the tyres, 63% on them rears. So I'm guessing, are they going for the one stopper? That is Edward into the pit lane. B-Right is in 11 seconds of clean air to race into. My only worry about the front runners here now that have stayed out is that when they pit, they are going to come out in some decent traffic. Whereas in B-Right, it's into clean air here. So Mirko on the back of Jeffy Boy. Here he comes up the hill towards turn 3. And the Mercedes driver is now in to P6. Provisional P3, I think, as it stands with the gaps at the moment. So yes, keep an eye on that. Yeah, look at B-Right. He's catching the front runners so much. And when Reese, Leo and Hackmore pit, there's a good chance they're going to come up behind Casper. If I was the engineer of Ferrari, Racing Bull or Mercedes, I'd be like, guys, get into the pit lane because we're going to come out behind Casper and he's going to hold us up. They've continued to stay out again. So they are absolutely committing to the one-stopper here. Sam the Man is into the pit lane. But these 3 drivers are going to come out behind Casper, and I can guarantee you now, McLaren have had it in their ear, you need to hold these guys up. So I'm very surprised that this is the strategy they are going for, and is this falling in to the Constructors' Champions' hands once again here in Austria? Sam the Man is into the pit lane. B-Right is setting fastest laps, only 13.7 behind the leaders. Let's have a look at the last laps. So, last laps, B-Right 2.6 seconds quicker than Hackmore. 2.6 seconds quicker. He was also 4 attempts quicker than Mirko. That is Super Turbo with a 3-second time penalty. So you can see the pace just drastically changing. Let's have a look at the battery as well. Yeah. So Bolska is through on Edward. Edward and Bolska going wheel to wheel. Super Turbo picking up the pieces. And he will go through up to P15. Bolska and Edward going down in towards Schlossgold. It's the Williams just in front of the Alpine. Edward will have to try again. That is Hackmore that goes into the pit lane. So he finally pits and B-Root is well and truly through. He is so far clear, and that is Leo Lund for the lead of the Grand Prix. And this is music to the McLaren's ears. Leo Lund is through on restart. Did he make a mistake? The Racing Bull is your new race leader. And restart is into P2. Is he starting to struggle on them tyres? 75%. He is taking the risk on the basis he's going to go for the one-stopper. Sam the Man and CJ fighting for P10. Side by side go the Sauber and the Williams. And now Sam the Man is going to thread it through the eye of a needle here. They're going to go in that steak sandwich down in towards turn 4. Cars giving him a little love tap up the inside as they come out of turn 5 down in towards turn 6. Cars does stay ahead. But for how long? It looks like it's just a matter of time because Sam the Man looks very pacey out there. Reese Dye is falling off massively. Leo Lund and Reese have stayed out for another lap. But Leo Lund is just finding a different gear here. Sam the man picking up a track limit, but he's going to get this move done. He's going to back out, but that means he's going to give an opportunity to CJ here, and he backs out also. Mr. Reese with that penalty. There goes Jeffy Boy through on Mirko. The Mercedes down to P5. What about cars? Once again, he's going to try and hold up the Williams, but there's nothing more he can do. The American goes through, but he is going to give the Sauber that DRS. He flicks it back, and the Sauber with the better exit, with that rear wing open, chasing him down in towards the slipstream, down towards turn 4, moves to the left, moves to the outside. Here he comes, the Dutchman versus the American. Once again, deja vu from lap 13 as they just nudge each other, and it's getting tasty between the pair of them. But cars is through up the inside of turn 6. Around here, side by side once again, not a thing to separate them. The Williams will hold it with them fresher tyres, and up to P9 goes the Williams of Sam the Man. So he is in to the pit lane, Reese Dye. And I tell you what, B right is so far clear here. And that is Mirko and Jeffy. Mirko going back into the podiums. Here comes Mitch in the Ferrari. He's having a good race. Casper. I mean, when Reese catches up to Casper, Casper will turn into like prime Sergio Perez. There goes Cars back on Sam the Man. And he's having a great battle between these Saubers. Jeffy Boy up the inside of Mirko. The Mercedes conceding. Back down to P4 for the Italian. That is Reese Dye in the Aston Martin that gets thrown. Nimble Cat. The Alpine now has Jays on the back of him. He's in a nice little mid-pack battle there. All 20 drivers still on the grid. Not a single yellow flag. We know from previous races that we don't normally see them. That was Jays that backed out, and that was Edward that went up the inside. And I tell you what, Jays backed out on the back of the Alpine, and Edward, is the Alpine teammate, went, yeah, I will take my opportunity to try and make a move now, and through goes Edward and up to P13. Jays was a little bit too cautious there and let the other Alpine into this game. He makes a mistake, and round the outside goes Super Turbo. That is Mirko back into the podiums. Up the hill we go towards Ramus. And it is. That is Super Turbo. That is Nimble Cat. Oh, Nimble Cat's round. Oh! That is Bolsker in the Williams. That is Jays, Zetu, Nimble, all into the pit lane. They all slid into the pit lane. So they're all going to have to get a front wing replaced, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, front wing for Jays. Front wing for Bolsker. Front wing for Nimble? No, not a front wing for Nimble, but he is going on to the hards now till the end of the race. Leo Lund is finally into the pit lane. Oh, he did the exact same last week. Leo Lund, what is going on? He is throwing away this championship. He is fighting for the championship, and every single week he gets a 10-second time penalty and throws it away. And once again, music to Be Right and Reese's ears. Leo Lund has come out 6 tenths behind Reese on fresher tyres. How has he even done that? Hackmore up the inside, a little snap, and the Ferrari of Mitch taking the opportunity whilst in a rows. Yeah, that is the 3rd time this season that Leo Lund's got that 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Had he not have got them, I wonder what points he would be on. That is a yellow flag. That is an Alpine that goes off the track. That is, I think it's an Alpine. It is. Nimble's into the gravel. I think he's just taking a look at them Dave's, Devs and Race Director billboards there. And back on the track safely does it for Nimble. You got a 10-second for that as well, exceeding track limits. Are you kidding me? That'll get removed anyway. I'll remove that immediately after the race. There doesn't need to be any report for that. Yellow flag. And I think Nimble is just struggling because of them tyres now. Yeah, the tyres are really dying off on him. So that is Jenny through on Card Elf. That is Jays and Bolsey going at it. The Red Bull is up to P15. What about Casper, the McLaren who had that engine penalty? I think Casper will be very happy that he got his engine penalty here in Austria and not in Silverstone. That is it for Nimble. Really unfortunate race for him. I don't know what happened there. He will be a little bit annoyed with that. The double podium winner from last week. So Casper in the McLaren into P6. We know how good Nimble Cat can be as well. Cars up the inside of Sam the Man. No rear wing. Yeah, nothing you can do when you've got no rear wing. It is horrible. So no rear wing for the Alpine driver, and that is game over because they can't replace the rear wing, which is always a little bit annoying. There goes Jennifer Lee on Cardelf. Cardelf will come back up the inside of the Red Bull. The Red Bull left him a lot of space there, very forgiving on the Racing Bull and the sister car. Looking at Leo Lund, he is still behind Reese. They are not too far off Merkel and B right now, you know, though. And having a look at B right, that is Hackmore on Jeffy, trying to cling to the outside. And there goes Leo Lund on the Ferrari. The Ferrari tries to get the better exit. Now this is a little tasty exchange between the Ferrari and the Racing Bull. Leo Lund and Reese Dye. Who's going to come out on top of these two? He will go later on the brakes, Leo Lund. These two are both very late breakers. And the Ferrari just has the inside. But now Leo will have the inside of turn 6. And they leave each other the space. And this is great racing. Oh, I thought they touched. They didn't. Oh, my God. That is so close. Sam the Man on cars. But yeah, be right. Let's have a look. His tyres, 40%. I think he's going to have to pit again. Jays is out in the pit lane. What a shame for the Haas driver. Jays has had just such bad luck at the moment. I don't know when he'll be able to catch a break, really. So, 16 laps to go here in Austria. That is Hackmore. So, the two Mercedes have traded places. Is that a tactical move? Let's have a look. So look at Hackmore's tyres. Yeah, it's definitely tactical. So now Merkel will hold up. I think Hackmore's gone, right. He's probably turned around and gone, right, Merkel, listen, I'm on fresher tyres. I'm right behind you. Let me through and just hold up the guys behind. There goes Leo Lund on Reese. Up the inside again, and the Racing Bull is finally through on the Ferrari. And now he's going to go for a double overtake, and Leo Lund is through on the McLaren. The Swedishman with an incredible double overtake on the Ferrari and the McLaren. Leo Lund is up to P6. Remember, he is on the overcut strategy. So, cars with a time penalty. Casper is into the pit lane, so he is going for that 2-stopper. Wow. I think B Wright's going to have to pit again at some point, but then who else pits? I'm thinking about strategies here. CJ with a 3-second time penalty. There's 3 things guaranteed in life. I'm just kidding. Leo Lund on Mitch. He's now up to P5. He's flying, isn't he, Leo Lund? He is flying. Mr. Reese into the pits for his second stop. That is Reese that is throwing his teammates. So another Ferrari strategy coming into play. Sam the Man and cars are still going at it. These guys must have been going at it for like 5 or 10 laps now. They'll have some great highlight reels between the pair of them. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous racing from the Williams and the Sauber. Cars and Sam the Man will be enjoying this. I've always said, if you are in a battle, it's a bit like a tennis match. I've said it and time again. If you are in a battle, it's like a tennis match. Even if you lose the point, but you have a great rally, you're not really bothered. You go for a rally and it's back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, and then you lose the point. You're like, wow, that was an amazing game. It's exactly the same with racing. If you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and then you lose the position, at the end of it, you just sat back and you're like, wow, what a great battle that was between, you know, the Sauber or the Ferrari you know, he's undercutting and you're going around the outside and you're switching back and they're getting the better exit and they're using DRS. So, yeah, I always say it's not about keeping position. It's about having a good battle and getting to the end of the race. And if you get the win at the end of it, what a bonus. So that is Reese and Jeffy. Jeffy is into the pit lane. Reese stays out. You can see the tyre wear for the Ferrari at 30% for the race. Leo Lund setting the fastest lap of the race. He is on an absolute charge. Remember, he does have a 10-second time penalty, so he's got to do something to save this race. He goes up the inside of Hackmore, and Leo Lund is now up to P2, only 6 seconds off the lead of the Grand Prix. Jeffy Boy and Mitch are in. Cars are in. Is B Wright going to pit? If he's going to pit, he needs to do it now. He's got 13 laps to go for that undercut and come back on that strategy. He's got a 5-second buffer now. He knows that Reese has already done a couple of laps. He knows that Mirko's done a couple of laps. But if he goes a little bit later, he's got an opportunity to be undercut by Jeffy and Mitch. I think McLaren need to make a decision here. That is CJ swapping around with cars. Then you've got Jeffy on Sam the Man, the Red Bull on the Williams. Leo Lund still flying along, and he is. Yes, the McLaren. They know what they're doing in the McLaren garage. Leo Lund stays out, and the Racing Bull is now your race leader. And be right into the pit lane for his final strategy of the day, and that is Reese, that is up to P3. So the chase is on. It is hammer time in the McLaren garage. B Wright is chasing down Reese, Hackmore and Leo Lund for this race. He will come out in front of Mirko. This is really interesting. It's such an exciting race. It's such an exciting end to this race. There goes Casper on Sam the Man. Sam the Man is into the pit lane. Casper up to P8. B Wright 11.5 seconds behind Reese Dye. Hackmore, Leo Lund is in the lead, but he needs to get a 10-second gap. He's on the right strategy. He made his tyres last, which has put him in a really strong position. And that is cars in P10 going for on Super Turbo. Down in towards Slosh Gold at turn 4. So Mitch with the fastest lap of this race. So into the pit lane goes Super Turbo. Cars on the back of Edward. Laps remaining. Oh, and there goes Sam the Man on CJ. In towards Ramoose, and cars on Edward. One Sauber wins and one Sauber loses. Right, yellow flag is waving. I can't see why, but I am jumping back on board with this really good battle at the midfield point. So Reese on the back of Hackmore. They are 3 seconds behind Leo Lund. And that is Edward that is into the pit lane. Sam the Man and CJ. And here comes CJ on Sam the Man. And he backs out. He doesn't want to go for the move yet. So tactical. This is what you've got to play. You've got to play these games here in Austria. Because you've got that triple DRS down towards turn 1, down towards turn 3 and down towards turn 4. You've got to be so tactical that when you take your opportunities. CJ is through on Sam the Man. Now let's see what the Williams driver does. That is Hackmore into the pit lane. That means Reese Dye will move into P2. Here comes the Williams on the Sauber. Up the inside And they nearly lock wheels there as they come out of turn 5 down in towards turn 6, and he is through. B Right is now into P3 and only 8 seconds behind Reese. Let's have a look at the laps. So B Right was a second quicker than the Ferrari on that last lap. If it carries on like this, he will be within striking distance by lap 34. But that time might get quicker and quicker. We are going to see an ending to this race that we all wanted. When we get there, how will it end? How will it go? Mitch in P6 on the back of Jeffy. Just a slight lock up there. So the Ferrari driver, and that is another track limit. Oh, Leo Lund with a 3 second. Wow. Now that's what happens when you're pushing, and I mean he is pushing, but he needs to. He's got to try and build up a gap. B Right 6.9 behind Reese. I tell you what, this is turning into to be a really good strategy for the McLaren. But the laps go by so quickly, they really do. So you say, oh, there's 8 laps left. That's literally 8 minutes of racing. Here comes the Ferrari on Jeffy. That's the Racing Bull that's just getting out of the way. He does go, he does look for the move, but he backs out. Penalties. Oh, Nimble Cap. Sorry, that was my bad. Here comes the Ferrari of Mitch up the inside of Jeffy. Down into what Schloss called at turn 4. And Jeffy does not want to fight too hard. He knows the Ferrari's got them 6 seconds. Yeah, Pele, really unfortunate for Leo Lund. It's that 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane again. So let's have a look at B Right. The last lap, 1.1 seconds quicker than Reese Dye on that last lap. And 9 tenths quicker than Mirko. So the McLaren is absolutely flying. 5 seconds is the gap. This is going to come down to an absolute banger at the end of this race. Yeah, really unfortunate. That's the 3rd time this season, Belly. So Reese in the Ferrari. You can see them tyres. 7 laps to go. Then you've got B Right, who's on them hards. He is looking in a really strong position. There goes Zetu on Bolska. The Aston Martin on the Williams. Up to P15. Oh, and the Aston Martin driver going a bit late on the brakes. And picks up a 3 second time penalty. There goes Edward on Super Turbo. And can the San Marino driver come back at him? Down in towards turn 9 we go. Jeffy Boy and Mitch are going at it around the outside. Goes Super Turbo. Picks up a track limit. He will not mind. The move is done. But can Edward come back? The Alpine into the slipstream of the fake Italian as we go in towards turn 1. And Niki Lauda out of there through turn 2 into the slipstream once more, opening up that rear wing for that extra bit of horsepower as we go up the hill towards Ramus at turn 3. Later on the brakes goes the Haas driver, and up the inside a beautiful switch back from the Alpine. They do touch Super Turbo, maybe lost the rears, give him a little tap in the side pod, but it didn't affect Edward. Down in towards Schloss Gold at turn 4. Edward stays ahead, and that is some good racing on lap 30. So that is Hackmore into P6. He is through on Mitch, but for how long? The Ferrari is not going to give him an easy route through. In towards turn 4. And he has got that move completed. That is Sam the Man on Cars. These two, honestly, I don't know how many times these two have been attacking each other tonight. It has literally been all race. So, B Right, let's have a look at the last laps. Only 7 tenths was the pace difference on that last lap. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 1.1 this lap, though. Wow. So he is turning it up a bit now. The gap is 3.2 seconds with 5 laps to go. We said he was going to catch him by lap 34. And that looks exactly when the striking point is going to come into play. I cannot wait to get that overlay, by the way, for the stream where it says striking distance within. Because they have got that overlay, but I just need to add it on. It's a brand new overlay. I know they're working on it and I can't wait to add it. Hackmore on Jeffy Boy. So imagine it comes up underneath striking distance within 4 seconds, 4 laps, whatever. I don't know if B Wright's going to catch up to Leo Lund, but he's got a 10-second time penalty anyway. There goes Mitch on Jeffy. That will put Leo Lund down to P3, so he will still get a podium, but he will be so annoyed. Oh, actually, no, he's got another 3 seconds as well, hasn't he? So this is going to be close. Yeah, he's got 13, so that will put him 6. He's around 13 in front of Mirko now, around 14 actually. So this will be interesting. He could potentially lose P3. But how annoying. Leo Lund is on for another race victory like he did last week, and then he threw it away through a penalty. And he's done it a couple of times this season. He is joint on points with Reese at the moment on 111. It won't be at the end of this race. So there goes Jeffy on Mitch. These two scrapping through the final stages of this Grand Prix. B Wright, look at that, only 6 tenths quicker on that last lap. 2.5 seconds to go, 4 laps remaining. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. B Wright knows this is for the lead of the Grand Prix. This is not for P2 and P3 anymore. This is for the race victory. So 1.8. He was 8.5 tenths quicker on that last lap. And Jeffy Boy with a penalty. There goes Super Turbo on Edward. In towards turn 4. Jeffy picking up blue flags. But this is the battle we are watching. This is for the race lead. It is Hamilton-esque here. Lap 33 of 36. The gap is 1.7. He was 8 tenths quicker on that last lap. If he's another 8 tenths here, he might be with inside DRS. This is going to be so close. So, the McLaren around turn 7. The gap is 1.3. He is going to get DRS by the end of lap 34. This is so close. They are both burning that battery, trying to stay ahead. Here he goes. 1.2 is the gap. He was half a second quicker, so the gap is coming down. Reese is starting to turn it up a little bit. It's clever racing, and Reese gets DRS from a back marker there of the Aston Martin. That might have just saved his socks for a little bit. The Aston Martin peels off to the right hand side. This is so close. So B Wright in P3, Hackmore now in P4. He gets through on his teammate. The two Mercedes swap around. And B Wright 1.3 is lost time. Reese is turning it up. He's trying to do everything. We can have a look, and look, he is struggling. Reese is struggling. 76% on them rears. Whereas in B Wright is 43. Is he going to be able to hold on? This is for the race victory. Reese with the Ferrari in P2. Leo Lund is leading with a phenomenal performance, but he's got a time penalty, which puts Reese and B Wright the front runners for this race. Around turn 10 at Red Bull Mobile, it is Reese that is in P2, that is the provisional leader as we go on to the penultimate lap of this race. We are on lap 35 of 36 out of turn 1, and Niki Lauda down towards turn 2 and 3 at Ramus. Is he going to hold on? Here comes B Wright. Up the inside goes the McLaren. Wheel to wheel goes the Ferrari. He now will try and cling around the outside of that McLaren. And he does it so well. And he stays in front. B Wright with that DRS. The rear wing is wide open. He's going to move to the left-hand side. He's going to try and hold it there. The Ferrari will try and stay with him. And they touch. The Ferrari and the McLaren have touched. Oh my goodness me, on the very last lap. The Ferrari and the McLaren now goes ahead. And that surely will result in a steward's inquiry. But it is B Wright that is now in the lead. And he is on for a race victory here in Austria. They are 6.2 behind Leo Lund. What a performance by the Swedish driver in that Racing Bull. Reese will have DRS. Who knows what's going to happen? DRS is so strong around here. The McLaren in towards turn 1. Can he hold on? The Ferrari doing everything, even with them cooked tyres at 84%. He's got the DRS. He's coming down in towards turn 3. Ramusi looks up the inside. He lets go with the brake pedal, smashes into the side pod of the McLaren. The McLaren is off the track. The Ferrari has DRS. He gets a better exit. Jeffy Boy is from Mitch, but my goodness, it's drama at the end of this race. B-Right is wiggling. Reese is wiggling. Who knows who's going to win? They're 7.1 behind Leo Lund. B-Right is now in the clear, and I think that is it for Reese. He's not going to be able to catch him. Hackmore is absolutely flying, but it's a little bit too late for the Mercedes driver. Leo Lund is going to come through to cross the line in the lead. Leo Lund, the Swedish driver in the Racing Bull, comes through to take the checkered flag here in Austria. But it's going to be B-Right, because of that penalty, that comes through to win the Austrian Grand Prix. Reese will take P2, and it is Hackmore that lets his teammate through. Wow. I think there's 10 seconds that needs to come off Leo Lund there, by the way. I think he got 20 by mistake. So Mirko takes P3, Hackmore in P4. So Hackmore led his teammate through. Wow. Big sportsmanship there. No, Jeffy, I think it's added another 10 seconds onto him at the end. There you have the Austrian Grand Prix. You have the race victor there of B-Right. What a performance. What a performance. So there you have it. B-Right wins the Austrian Grand Prix. I just need to put the stats in here, so bear with me. So B-Right wins in the McLaren. And then it is Reese in P2, Mirko, Hackmore, Leo Lund. How did he finish behind? It said he only got 13 on my system, but it looks like it gave him 20. Strange. Anyway, driver of the day. I'm going to give driver of the day just let me think. I'm just going to think about driver of the day. No problem, Mr. Reese. Well done, mate. So, driver of the day, I'm going to give it to... Just bear with me. I'm just having a look because I've got an idea of who I'm going to give it to, but I'm just going to make sure. So, let me just turn this down. So I'm going to give driver of the day. I mean, there were some great performances there. B-Right again, and Leo Lund was an amazing performance in that Racing Bull, absolutely amazing. But because of the penalties, he ended up dropping a couple of positions. I'm going to give it to... No, because he lost one position, but I just thought he drove a really good race. I'm going to give it to... I don't even care if he's lost a position. I'm giving it to Sam the Man. Yes, there is interviews, yeah. I rarely, very, very rarely give it to a driver that lost grid positions, but I just thought Sam the Man was incredible today. I really do. He's battling, he's on track, racing, everything. So, well done, Nimble. You take it easy, mate. I'll see you for tier 4. So, race interviews. Here we go. So, I think it was Mirko that finished P3. It was. So, we will do these interviews. Bear with me, guys. So, let's do some interviews. Mirko, you there? Wait, I can't hear the game, can I? If he is there. Yeah, but I'll still be able to hear him, won't I? I do want to go and watch United, so... Come on, guys. He's in the lobby. Who Mirko is? Yeah, he's in the lobby, yeah. But he's not talking. Thank you, Casper. You take care, mate. Well done. What a race. And you were probably... You were the name that just kept popping up for driver of the day. You drove an incredible race, especially considering you had an engine penalty. You are going to be amazing next week. Right, we'll move to Reese. So, Mirko isn't speaking, so we will move to Reese, because I do want to go and watch United as well. So, we move on to Reese, your Ferrari driver, who finished P2 today, battling for the lead right to the end. Reese, are you there? Is anybody there tonight? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Oh, game chat might be suspended. No, because I always do it after the race. Okay, well, we'll go in Discord then. We'll go in Discord. That's fine. We'll do it in Discord. Jump in Discord, Ben. You can do it on your PlayStation or your phone, and we'll do a quick interview. So, I need to make an interview thing in realistic, to be honest. I'll just create one quickly. Oh, I forgot about them. When I'm typing, they're bringing them all up because I've got them set to like keys and stuff. Right, be right, saying I'm just waiting for Reese. No, Reese isn't joining, and Mirko's not joining. Okay, right, well, we'll just go straight to be right. So, we're going to go straight to our race winner here in Austria and extends his championship lead. Be right, how was that one, mate?
Cool. That was a little bit risky at the end, but we managed to get over the line.
Yeah, what a Grand Prix. What a strategy as well. You went for the undercut, and then it was like, it reminded me, I don't know if it was Hungary, where Bono got on the mic and was like, right, it's hammer time, and Lewis was just catching and catching and catching. That's what it seemed like when we were watching you.
Yeah, I mean...
Who's that? Is that... Oh, that's Mirko that's in now, so I don't know what to do now. Right, Ben, I'm just going to jump to Mirko quickly, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right, we go to Mirko, your P3 driver. Mirko, how was that one, mate?
Very hard to be fair. I don't know why I'm here or how did I get here, but props to Dennis for letting me by at the end. Yeah, I mean the race was pretty lonely for me. I was just trying to stay in the 13 seconds of worth of penalty that Leo had. So that's all my race, I guess.
No, absolutely. And obviously, your teammate, you had a few good battles with your teammate. You had a few good battles with everybody on track. And then obviously, your teammate Dennis let you through right at the end there.
Yeah, I mean for the championship, I guess. But yeah, thanks to him, I got the podium then.
Yeah, exactly that. And I mean, looking at the championship, and just having a look here, you are still in it. You're on 110 points. Be right, the leader is on 156. So you are only 46 points behind with quite a few races left.
Yeah, I mean,
It must still be on the
yeah.
mind.
Well, I don't think so. I think it's already over for me. We're mostly looking at the constructors, but the drivers will be very, very hard to close that gap.
No, I understand that, and it's always tough, especially when you've got so many good drivers around you. But it was a good race. It was some good battling, Mirko. Very enjoyable to watch. So congratulations on another well-deserved podium and another great race, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thanks for comms.
Cheers, Mirko. Take care, mate. So we move on to your P2 driver, the man fighting for the lead at the end there. Reese, how was that one, mate? Hello, Reese.
Reese seems to be struggling with the push to talk.
Okay. Right, I'm just gonna go straight to Ben then, and then we'll wrap it up. Right, Ben, we will carry on with yours, mate. Just talk us through all the race at the end. We obviously the bit that we want to get to, and the bit that everybody wants to get to is obviously your strategy was amazing. The undercut was brilliant. The chasing down of Reese right at the end, but wow, it must have been a bit shaky at the end when you nearly spun there. Is anybody talking?
Sorry, it's me. Sorry.
Are you there, Reese?
Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
Right, just talk us through the race there, Reese.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. Probably my best drive in a Ferrari. I mean, I didn't know what to do with strategy. But yeah, no, I chose the one stop because of getting pole. Mitch was a great hand in qualifying. So yeah, but no, disappointed not to get the win. Obviously, congrats to Ben.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good battle. Obviously, he was chasing you down for quite a long time in that race. Obviously, at any point, your tyres were dying off near the end. It was a completely different strategy. Did you think maybe you could potentially hold him up when he got to you?
I mean, to be honest, I saved so much tyres in the early part of my stint. So once Ben was sort of in that 5 second range, I tried to push on a bit, but then I got a warning quite early on, so couldn't be too aggressive over, curbs and things like that, in case of picking up a 3 second. But yeah, no, I knew once Ben was within 1 second of me, I knew it was going to be difficult to hold him up. Yeah, I mean, it got to. I'm happy I took it to the penultimate lap until he got into my DRS, but yeah, no, just a shame I can't take a win.
No, and you nearly got it back as well. You had the DRS even with your tyres cooking at the end, and then nearly ended in disaster there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, Ben moved over, so I knew he was a little bit worried. So I was like, well, I may as well have a go.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I literally had no front tires, so just went straight on and obviously hit Ben. But you know, me and Ben get on. We've got respect for each other, so I completely let off. I let him go. I didn't even bother having a go down the second DRS straight. Not that I would have caught him anyway, but yeah, it was the right thing to do. Not only in terms of my position, I probably would have picked up easily a 5 second penalty, but the right thing sporting wise to do, because it's not a way to win a race.
No, well, it was a good race. It was some great battling. The strategies played a massive part. You had some great wheel-to-wheel racing with Leo as well at some points in that race.
Yeah, I mean, me and Leo were on the same strategy, so I knew we were going to come together at one point. We went side by side for half a lap, and then I got in front of him, in front of turn 6, I believe it was. So I sort of counted on that. But yeah, no, it was a good battle with Leo. Got nothing but respect for him. He's so quick though. Just a shame with his obviously penalty today. Yeah, looking on to the next race now.
Yeah, and the next race should be an absolute cracker. But it was a great race to watch from you. Very unfortunate you didn't get the race win, but it was still an amazing result in a P2, which puts you safely into second in the championship. So well done on a great, well-deserved podium, Reese.
Cheers, Nathan. Also, well done to Ben and Marco, I think it was as well.
Yeah, cheers. Well done, Reese. So we move on to your race winner. I'm just going to double check if he can hear us first. Ben, can you hear us? And if you might have to press the push to talk button.
You may have Ben muted, Nathan. He's speaking.
Oh, let me have a look. 1 second. No, I haven't got him muted, which is strange. 1 second. Let me ding in, join back.
Was your race?
Can you hear me, Ben?
I can hear you now. I can
Right.
hear you.
There we go. So we are going to talk to your race winner from Austria. Ben, just talk us through that one, mate.
Yeah, we'll keep it short and sweet. Yeah, it was good. Obviously, the 2-stop worked really well. That's what was the plan going along. I think I maybe have caught the guys napping a little bit when they decided to stay out on the long run. I'm surprised they didn't know that was going to undercut them a long way. And then kept that second stint going. And then at the end, yeah, I really had to push, to be honest with you, that I had to give everything to get up to Reese, get up into his DRS. He done so well to only make it go down to those last 2 laps. So, yeah, I take my hat off to him.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strategy. The undercut was amazing, and you were just chopping him down. That hammer time well and truly into play. You were just chopping him down. We could see that your striking distance was around lap 34. We could see you were taking around 1.1 a lap away from Reese, and then Reese would come back and it would go down to sort of 0.6 and 0.8. So you knew you were going to get to him, but it was always going to be a struggle when you got there, and then you had that tasty little exchange at the end.
Yeah, it was a bit like the old days, but the
Yeah.
old days are gone, like Reece said. You know, we have tremendous amount of respect for each other. I think the best thing ever happened to us was last season when we got put together. I think at the time we didn't want it, but we put our sort of drama aside and worked on it. And you can see how well we got on now. We're always in parties together now and talking like we ever was before. So it's great. And in the sportsmanship at the end, you could see that all the love was lost, and he gave me the position. He did hit me twice, and I knew that's what he was. I didn't knew he was going to do that, but I hit really hard to get past him, of course, with him not picking up a win yet this season. You know, he's doing everything he can to hold on to the Ferrari tyres. We know how big of a task that is. So yeah, he did everything he could to stop it, really.
Yeah, it was really good to watch. But in terms of the championship, you are now on 156 points. Reese is on 129. So you are 27 points in front, if my maths is correct. So you are essentially a free race ahead of everybody now. So it's looking quite confident.
Yeah, I mean, that's put in the work, obviously. A little bit more concentration has gone into this instead of the Sundays at the moment. And obviously I have my team to thank as well, of Casper and of Jamie. Without Jamie, I wouldn't be in the seat, and without Casper, I wouldn't have some of those wins that I've already picked up. So yeah, it's massive respects to them, really.
Yeah, and I can't really wait to see what you do for the for the rest of the season. It's looking like a season to remember once again for you. This could be number 5 in realistic, I think it is, or is it number 4 in realistic?
It would be 4.
Number 4 in realistic, yeah,
but
and you've
still,
got 4 and
still a very long
Sundays.
way to go, and some still very good drivers to beat. Obviously, I think Leo has let us a little bit off the hook again today with
Yes,
speeding in the pit
yeah.
lane. I think he'll be smashing his face off his wheel. To be honest, so he's probably a little bit annoyed because he has the pace to beat the likes of the top 5 and things like that. He's up there every week, so yeah, I'm sure he's going to be coming back for this order pretty time soon.
Yeah, but for now, you may as well take what you can get, especially from these races. You still got to perform, you still got to get the right strategy, and you've still got to battle on track. That's exactly what you did today. You got the race victory right at the end, right at the depth. It was a great performance once again, Ben, so well done on a well-deserved race victory.
Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it. Well done on the comms, mate. And obviously, shout out to the team as well of Jamie and Casper. And yeah, big congratulations to Reese and Mirka.
Well done. Cheers. There you have it, your race winner of Be Right, your podium sitters of Reese and Mirko. What a race, what a result here in Austria at the Spielberg circuit. We are away for a week and then we will be back. And the next time we'll be back in Silverstone. It is a double header in Silverstone. We've got the normal and then the reverse on the Sunday, and then we come back to Wednesday and with Silverstone again. So we've got a full week of British racing. What a cracker we're going to have as a showdown returning to Silverstone. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to be a part of Assetto Corsa or Le Mans Ultimate, you can come and join us for our Monday and our Monday and Friday divisions. Tune in for that one. Thank you all so much, guys. Have a great week, have a great break, and we'll see you on the next one.